Peanut butter and jelly time, presented by Sean Sullivan.
Something so simple, sounding like the peanut butter and jelly, it's not actually that simple to make. There's a lot of mistakes to be made, and there's a lot of things to keep in mind when creating the perfect peanut butter and jelly for the perfect consumer. Now, there's a couple items we're going to need before we start creating our peanut butter and jelly. We're going to need bread, peanut butter, jelly. I'm going to use a toaster, and if you want the perfect peanut butter and jelly, you should too. We're also going to need a knife and a paper towel. And unless you want to eat your peanut butter and jelly like a caveman, you're going to need a plate. Now, first comes first, you're going to need to take your bread and you're going to need to toast it. Me personally, I'm using Italian premium bread, but you know, different people like different breads. You might want a whole grain, you might want wheat. You have to keep that in mind on who you're making the peanut butter and jelly for. Now, I'm going to take my 2 slices, I'm going to put it in the toaster, and I'm going to toast for, when it comes to toasting the bread, you need the perfect amount of toastness. For me personally, on my toaster, I find that is about 1/3 power. It could be different for you and your toaster. You know the power of your toaster. Don't overburn your toast. Now, while that's toasting, we're going to get into my choices as far as the peanut butter and jelly. When it comes to the peanut butter, there's only one way to do it, and it's Jif, folks. It's the best on the market. You have to go Jif. I'm going creamy. There's natural. There's crunchy. There's almond. There's all kinds of choices for you to make. So you know your body, and if you're making it for somebody else, figure out what kind of peanut butter they like because it's crucial. When it comes to the jelly, I'm using strawberry preserves. And if you want the best peanut butter and jelly in the world, you need to use the strawberry preserves. Scrap grape, put grape out the window. It's not 1960. We're using strawberry preserves. Now, I'm going to go ahead and pop my toast. That's a good level of toasty. It's not too burnt. It's not going to be too firm in the mouth. It's still going to squeeze a little on the bite, but it's still got that texture. It's exactly what you need. Now, do you want to spread the peanut butter or the jelly first? You want to spread the jelly first, and this is why. If you spread the peanut butter first, you're going to want to go to the jelly after, but your knife is going to have peanut butter all over it, and it's not easy to take your paper towel and wipe all of that peanut butter off your knife. You're going to have leftover peanut butter sticking on there everywhere, and you're going to go to dip in the jelly, and you're going to get peanut butter all up in your jelly, and it's not going to be good. You're not going to be happy. And we don't have time to hit the peanut butter first and go to the sink and wash the knife because we're hungry. We want a peanut butter and jelly. We don't have time for that. So, we're going to crack the jelly, get an appropriate amount. If you're a jelly person, go hard on the jelly. If you're a peanut butter person, do a little bit extra with the peanut butter. Again, the choice is up to you, but you need to make sure that you use the right proportions on the peanut butter and jelly. You don't want too much of each, too little of each. You got to find that sweet medium. So I'm going to dump on my jelly, lob it all in the middle. I like to get the jelly about right in the middle, and then spread a little to the left, and then spread a little to the right. Again, even proportions, people. It's crucial in making the perfect peanut butter and jelly. Alright, so we have the jelly. And then again, jelly first because it wipes off so easily onto your paper towel slice. Fold that up so it doesn't stick up your counter. No mess. We aim for no mess here. Next, of course, again, I'm using the creamy Jif. It's a great option unless you're about that crunchy or the almond. Choice is yours. Okay, so for the perfect peanut butter and jelly option, as far as proportions go, I personally find that you want about twice as much jelly, maybe not twice. You want a generous amount more jelly than you want peanut butter because the texture of the peanut butter, it gets thick in your mouth. It makes chewing difficult, and it just takes away from the sandwich in general. So, let's finish spreading that peanut butter on. It's delicious. I'm going to add a little bit more peanut butter to my sandwich. Okay. Now we're ready to combine the two pieces. Don't overthink this and get sloppy with it. It's just one on top of the other. You line it up. Now the next step in the perfect peanut butter and jelly is deciding how you want to cut your sandwich. Do you want to cut it diagonally at an angle, or do you want to go directly in half? Well, you're going to want to go at an angle, and here's why again. When you cut it at an angle, the corners are going to be smaller. It's a lot easier to fit in your mouth without getting all that crust, peanut butter, breadcrumbs, all that on the sides of your mouth. We want to avoid that and not look like we're 5 years old eating our peanut butter and jelly sandwich. So, we're going to cut it directly horizontal. There we go. Oh, it's looking great so far. It's just looking great. Now the next step is eliminating the crust. Now, do you have to eliminate the crust? Maybe not if you like the crust, but the thing is, I would say the majority of people, we just don't want the crust. We can have it there, but we don't want it. If you're making peanut butter and jelly for little kids, they don't want the crust. We're going to cut it off. Boom. Boom. Alright. Crust is off. You can take the crust, and for easy disposal, just put it right on top of your paper towel that already has the jelly on it. You can fold it up, throw it right in the trash can. No mess. And that is basically it. The last steps are just putting your bread away, putting your peanut butter and jelly away, and then enjoying the peanut butter and jelly sandwich. So there you have it. I'm Sean Sullivan. This is creating the perfect peanut butter and jelly sandwich. Now have yourself a peanut butter and jelly sandwich.